Chicos, ¿cómo están? As you may notice, we're not
in a
in our
car.
we're not in our normal spot. We're busy weekend. This weekend we got a lot of drive time. We got some things come up.
So sorry about the car noise, the road noise. If you can hear anything, we're doing our best, and it'll probably be a short one, but a good one.
Yeah, we are shooting off our GoPro 11. I did pick it up for a sweet deal, so we are shooting off it.
Shout out Facebook Marketplace. That's our favorite place in general to get things, but it's just, if you know what you're looking for, it's great because you can find things, especially right now, that people got and they'll never use, and they just want some money.
Yes, so like Morgan said, it's definitely a great place to check out for sweet deals. But that'll lead us into the chisme for today.
Wait, do you have any announcements? We have a lot of orders.
Yes.
A lot of t-shirt orders. I don't know if you can see this, but
we do actually have, and we're working on them. So you'll see them shortly. I'll be shipping out our first sweatshirt to our first customer next week. So shout out for that.
But just be patient with me because they take a little while, but I want them to be good. I don't want them to be bad.
Yes, so thanks again.
Yeah, thank you for everyone.
I think that's what we have for
announcements.
Yes, I guess February 3rd through the 13th we'll be out in Utah, Idaho.
Yeah.
So we'll record some of that. You'll see some videos be posted on that. But that's kind of what we have going on with our lives right now.
Yeah.
But the chisme is, we'll go on to chisme. Shakira dropped a new hit, and it is very interesting. It's actually broke some YouTube records for most views on a YouTube clip, and it's top one on the Spanish charts. Basically, she's insulting her ex-husband, ex-football player. He cheated on her.
Like soccer or football?
Soccer.
Soccer.
No, soccer. Yeah, soccer. Sorry. Translation, I forget about that. But yeah, she's just basically bashing him with the lyrics. We listened to it this morning. I didn't think it was anything too crazy, but the lyrics are pretty harsh towards him.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I don't understand all of the things. I pretty much just listen to like the beat. But I mean, Shakira's like a good singer, so I mean, it makes up for it, I guess.
That's fair. She still has the hips don't lie. So
the hips don't lie. Another chisme we have going on. So I believe it was Mammoth, right?
Yes.
Mammoth in California, Northern California, they actually had to shut down because they had so much snow. I think they've gotten like 441 inches so far this year, which is crazy. I mean, the West is just getting hammered, like Utah, Idaho, Arizona's getting a lot of snow. So if we don't get a powder day when we're out there, we're gonna be really sad, but at least there's a good base, so it should be good. It's not like the rain that we're getting here. Like we did this last week, and we're getting more this week. So I think the Midwest resorts are going to be a little bit icy. We'll still continue to explore them. But we went to Trollhagen this last weekend, and
a lot of kids.
It was really, so the morning
a lot of kids.
The morning was like pretty busy. But then after lunch, it just got like packed. So we cut our day pretty short, but we ended up, something we didn't know, like Midwest has a lot of park riders. So we actually just stayed in the park pretty much at least half of the time we were there, and just rode the tow rope up because the tow rope's like super easy to get on, get off. So yeah, that was fun. We would go back again.
With the tow ropes, just so there's an understanding for people that don't know it, basically it's just a looping rope that you hold on to, and you would think it'd be easy to learn the trick, but no, I kept eating it and was on the floor a lot on my butt. So we do apologize. There's an emergency vehicle. So But yeah, so that's what a tow rope is, and it really eats your gloves
Yeah.
up.
So make sure you wear like not your best gloves. We normally wear our mittens because they keep your hands warmer. So we just grabbed our older gloves so we can tear those up and not have to really worry about them. But we'll go back, but we would probably just go during the week so it's less busy. And kids would obviously be in school, so then we wouldn't have to worry about that.
But yeah, you'll see a couple videos out on Instagram, TikTok, and up on YouTube. If you want to check out some of the clips that we got out there, they do have a huge terrain park, so I was able to capture the terrain park and some people actually doing some pretty cool tricks.
Yeah, there's some people who there's actually really big jumps, so there are people just launching themselves.
Yeah, impressive, super cool stuff to check out. So yeah, if you want to check that out on Instagram, YouTube, or TikTok, you'll see it coming up next week.
Yeah, so I don't really have any other chisme, do you?
No, that's the other chisme is more of my dad's back in the States. I did get a rundown of how El Salvador is. Definitely a place to check out now. All the gangs are kind of cleaned up, so he definitely recommends checking it out. He did say Suchichoto, which is a town by the capital. They do not have toilet seats at any of their areas, so you're squatting, taking a poop, which he thought was really weird, and he didn't know why they had that. So if you're in that area, just be aware of that. And if you know why,
to El Salvador.
San Salvador is the capital.
Oh, okay. But if you know why there's no toilet seats, hit us up so we can know, because that would be cool. I actually do have one other chisme that I forgot to say. If you're ever looking to do a bar class, workout class, maybe don't start with a hot class that's in 90 to 92 degrees. Did it for the first time today. It was painful, but definitely worth the burn. I would do it again. So totally a good workout class, but just don't do it in the hot right away.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. I'll see if I go with Morgan one of these days, but it's toasty. I don't know if I already sweat enough, and I don't think I want to sweat more.
But there were 2 males there, so it's not just a woman thing.
But speaking of doing new things, that brings us into our topic of introverts and extroverts. If people that are listening, people know who Morgan and I are. I'm definitely an extrovert, and Morgan's more of an introvert, style.
Yeah.
But we just thought we'd discuss, some of the things that we do differently, what we see, what we do, and interact with people, and then just discuss that. It's not a bad or a good thing, what other formats you are, but it's just something to discuss and let people know, something to think about, maybe some tips to help out if you are an introvert.
Yeah. So I guess I'll start. I like to tell people that I'm an introverted extrovert. So I'm very quiet and reserved right when you meet me. I don't talk a whole lot. I really take the time to observe people, how they interact, how they talk, just so I can kind of meet them where they are, I guess, in a sense. So I'm very quiet, but once you get to know me, I talk a lot, and I am very willing to hold a conversation, go do things. So I'm not that introvert that's I don't ever want to leave the house. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to go out to parties. I would say it's a little bit harder to get me to go to parties where I don't know anyone, just because starting those conversations is hard for me. And I do get a little nervous, but once I'm there and I'm comfortable, I always have a really good time. And then, if I have a drink or two in me, I just don't care. So, yeah. But then I also after the parties, I'm definitely drained a little bit. Not some introverts that are totally drained. I don't want to do this for another 2 months, but I definitely want time to decompress and just be by myself.
Yeah, and that Morgan gives a good point in the sense that she is like that. She is definitely, once you get to know her, she's very easy to talk to, opens up a lot, but you just got to get it past that point. Me, on the other hand, I'm an extrovert. I definitely like to get people going, talking to people, meeting new people. If you put me in an environment where I don't know anybody, I'm definitely not leaving that room until I have someone's name or I'm having a conversation with them. I am a little different in the sense that I can also just hang out by myself. Like if I'm just hanging out by myself, I can do that. But I usually
You don't
like to
go do things by yourself.
Yeah, I don't. That's yeah. I don't like to go and do stuff by myself. It's just I think it's weird. But I have a lot of friends that are also introverts, and I get to talk. I get to talk to them because I'm the one initiating the conversation. So it's definitely that's how I am. I just like to talk to people. I like to hear people's stories, what they know. In my career right now, it's definitely useful because I do get to meet a lot of people, and I have to be the one initiating the conversations with a lot of it.
Right, like you have to be comfortable to just like start the conversation and not like really worry about what people think about you. Sometimes I think I just get in my head too much of like, oh, what do they think about me? Like, who cares? I don't like if they like. I guess I'm at the point where if they really like want to talk bad about me, like after I say something to them, like go for it, I guess. But one of the things that I have kind of been pushing myself to do recently to kind of get out of the house because I do work from home is so we moved to Wisconsin and it's hard meeting friends
especially when you work from home. I think working from home, people that don't get to socialize with your coworkers, like personally, is very difficult to make friends.
Yeah, it's really hard to just like go out because what are you gonna do? You're gonna go to like a bar or you're gonna go to like community events, and usually people, if you're at a bar or at a community event, you're with people, so it's hard to just like go out and meet people. So one of the things that I did, no hate on people who do this, I downloaded Bumble BFF, and I have been chatting with a girl who actually is from Utah, so putting myself out there in that way. And then we have gone out to coffee, and then we also actually went to the workout class together. So just really pushing yourself out of your comfort zone is really going to help you. I think I've made a lot of progress within like the last like year or two of just being more willing to initiate a conversation on the ski lift with someone I didn't know, or say, hey, have you been here before? Like, what do you like at this restaurant or wherever we are? Just like being more willing to just like put myself out there in those little ways just make it a lot more comfortable as an extrovert. Introvert.
Yeah, introvert. I mean, that's definitely a good thing. You have to get yourself uncomfortable. I mean, I still get very uncomfortable in situations where, I'm in a room and I don't know what's going on. But like Morgan says, so my rule of thumb is always have an information on everything, a little of everything, just because you never know who you're going to talk to. So usually, if I'm in a room and it's a manufacturing setting and I don't know what's going on, I start picking out who can I talk to, what are little things you can relate, talking sports right now because the Vikings are in the playoffs. You can pick up talking sports around this area pretty quickly and then get the conversation going to pick up more information. That helps you and that helps the individual you're talking to feel more comfortable and find a ground level. It is difficult. It's easier said than done to just randomly talk to people.
It is.
But I as myself, what do you have to lose? Maybe the people, the person you're talking to, let's say we're going to a bar and I pick up a conversation with someone, what do you have to lose? The person might not even talk to you back. You might not even see the person the rest of your life. Or you end up having a good conversation and you build a relationship. So, it's kind of, you can always outweigh the small negatives with, this could lead to something further.
Right, because in the like, I mean, maybe not at a bar, but really, like,
No, unless you're young. The older you get, it's hard to make friends.
yeah, but almost in the sense, if you are putting yourself out there, you are networking. Like, you're building your network, and I know, kind of controversial, this podcast or like this organization, but like the Ken Coleman show, they talk about the proximity principle, and like you need to be around the people of like what you want to do. You need to be building those relationships, and maybe you're not in the spot that you really want to be in life right now, but building those relationships, with people, and maybe it is just kind of a random person on the street and you spark up a conversation. Maybe they work for the company that you want to work for, or maybe they're in the job that you want to be in. So that's just something to keep in mind, because some of those things just happen off the cuff, out of the blue, and you're able to just continue
And that's,
pushing forward in your goals.
That proximity principle is actually a good thing, because the more people you talk to, the more people you get in front of. Someone's gonna buy something from you, talk to you, or build a relationship with you if they've seen your face, right? If they've seen you, they've heard of you, they're more willing to talk to you, right? So if you, in a situation as an introvert, if it's hard talking to people, just think about it. Where can this get me? Or will this help me out, or will this get me out of my comfort zone so I can be able to, start conversations with other people? It's definitely a good thing to look at just to build. But yeah, just getting out there and getting yourself, you grow the best when you're uncomfortable.
Right.
That means that you're adapting. You're going past the zone that you're not used to.
Yeah, you have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, and I mean that's easier said than done, right? Like, I would rather just kind of like curl and go back in my shell and not really have to like talk to people or put myself out there, but it's worth it. Like, I feel like I've grown and like developed skills that I really like just kind of wrote off of myself, almost, of like, oh well, Christian will start the conversations and then I'll just kind of go along with it. But I mean, I've impressed him some too, even in the last few months. I'll just like spark up a conversation with someone, just to see like if they've been to the ski resort, or what they're doing here. Are they just visiting? Have they ever been here before? Just so I can like get more comfortable.
Yeah, and that's people that are introverts, I challenge you to get uncomfortable, talk to your people. And your extroverts, if you know your friends are introverts, put them in an awkward situation, see how they how they develop, how they go, and help them out. It's definitely a skill to have, to be able to talk to people and be able to start up a conversation, because you never know who you might be able to talk to, where you're going. It's definitely a good thing to have. So that's kind of, we'll start wrapping it up in that sense. We're not hating on extroverts, introverts, but it's just something we as humans and as people, you're either one or the other, or you're a hybrid of both. But that's weird. Definitely put up that challenge. If you're an introvert, go out there, get uncomfortable, and your extrovert friends, get your introvert friends, to talk more.
Yeah.
Get out there more, and help them grow.
And if you have any friends who work from home, help them get out and about, and don't let them become hermits. But yeah, like Christian said, just really push yourself out of your comfort zone, whether you're an introvert or an extrovert, because that's where you grow the best. So, but with that,
yeah,
we'll wrap up and we'll talk next week. But
thanks for listening.
Yes.
Follow us on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok.
Like and subscribe to this video, please.
Share with your friends, your introverts or extroverts, and if you have any question on merch, reach out to us. And we appreciate you taking the time listening. We'll see you next week.
Adios, amigos.